Yo guys, it's your boy R Trizzy and I'm with Jay. And today we're going to be going through a review of the group stage and the knockout rounds and who we think is going to win.
So in Group A, it was Netherlands, Senegal, Ecuador and Qatar. And Netherlands topped this group, obviously, that's predicted. And they were on job straight away.
Man like
Gakpo,
whoa.
He's a proper player, talented player. He's linked to you lot as well.
He's coming United. January, sign that thing.
Yeah, but are you going to play him? Because you got too many wingers already.
That's why he can play up front.
I think so, yeah.
Up front, Van Marshall with 200. Him up front, Rashford, Anthony was sorted.
Yeah. That looks good. And Sancho. Oh, you don't like Sancho?
Obviously I like him, but obviously he's out of form, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, they did well. They played well. The thing with them is they have a solid defense. They have a good lineup. But Van Dijk, the legs, like the way they play, they defended well. It's just attacking. They had so many chances, and they don't have that clinical finisher.
Obviously they got players like Depay and stuff. They started him on the bench the first game as well. They didn't start him because obviously. I don't know, I think he was
coming off the bench. Every game he was coming off the bench.
He's their main goal threat, but even him...
He's supposed to be the talisman, and he hasn't reached the heights. So
even him, he's not like an out and out goal scorer. Obviously he'll get you goals.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're missing, because they create chances.
Yeah.
They build up, but still they had a good tournament. They got 7 points, 2 draws, 2 wins and a draw, so that's not bad. And then second place in that group was Senegal, and they were neck and neck with Ecuador in that group. Going into the last game, and they had to win. Whoever won that game was out Ecuador and Senegal.
So whoever won
that game went through.
Second place, yeah.
Yeah, and because Netherlands were already through, and they were really good, especially because they're missing Mane. That's your talisman up front, and he was the one who pushed them towards the AFCON.
Who's that player that they have up front? Abubakar.
No, that's Cameroon. Oh God. Yeah, it's similar flag, but Sarr was good. He stepped up a bit, but when Mane was gone, and I know they have a Idrissa Gueye middle.
Yeah.
Mendy was a shambles. Mendy was a bit of a shambles.
I don't know what's happened to him. Yeah.
It shows their strength anyway. To get through a group without your main player up front shows their strength. Yeah. But Ecuador were close as well. Ecuador with
first game they did well. Valencia, he got 2.
Yeah, Valencia, he got 3.
He was firing at the start.
He got 3 for the whole tournament. So I can't blame him. It's the guys around him. But even to challenge with Senegal, they won the AFCON. They're the champions of Africa.
Kings of Africa.
To challenge with with Senegal, that's good enough anyway. They went out on the last game, so. And it was, what was the score? I think it was 1-0.
What was it? Was it 1-0?
I think it was a 1-0 loss. No,
2-1.
Was it? Let me check.
I swear it was 2-1.
Yeah. So they went out 2-1. So literally close game. Could have gone anyway. But Senegal looked like a strong team, and
obviously
the only team they lost to was Netherlands. But that's Group A. It was pretty standard. I think that's what everyone expected going into it. We thought Netherlands and Senegal would go through. I think Ecuador did better than everything. And let me not talk on Qatar. They were shocking.
Worst team in the tournament.
I don't blame them. They're a tiny country, and it's not a footballing nation. It's only started like recently, their footballing team and stuff. But that was horrendous. Man, we're not doing straight passes. It was horrible. I thought I'd see a little bit better from them. But yeah, that's Group A done. Okay, so Group B is
England, America, Wales and Iran.
Yeah.
Obviously England
top
got up to a flying start, 6-2 first game.
Yeah, that was
thrashed Iran.
Yeah.
No chance.
That game, Kane was the thing with Kane. Yeah, has he scored this tournament? I don't think he
hasn't. He's assisted quite a few.
He's great because he drops deep, isn't
it?
But yeah, England been good. They've been playing well. The thing is, that's the good thing though. They don't need Kane to score. They can get goals from anywhere. So they play. That's really good. But yeah, it's pretty easy group for England.
It's expected. Yeah.
The only slip up was that draw against America, but
USA.
America played really well again. They probably deserved the win then. But it's what happens. It happens in the World Cup. Getting a draw is not the end of the world.
This competition just proves you can't put out any team and
Yeah.
think you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Unless like you're through the group, then cool. But that's an exception.
Yeah, but that was England's second game, and in the second game they were like they just got outplayed. They played the best team, they just got outplayed, simply like that. But it shows that like, I'll be honest, England fans are so picky. If you do not win every game 5-0, there's something wrong. Like it's very simple.
These times England got 7 points.
Yeah, you got through
from
the
a
group
possible 9.
unbeaten. Like look at
One
Spain.
of the highest
Spain,
points.
look
in the
at Spain.
whole
Everyone was gassing up
competition
Spain,
so far. Yeah.
and tonight they just got they just wait, was it lost?
They scraped it. They lost 2-1
they
to
lost, but they
Japan.
got through.
But
They got through on 4
golden
points. So
Yeah.
you can't chat to England, like they're doing well. That maybe you could complain about. I think they've changed to the fullback now, which is what everyone wanted, away from the 5-back. But you can't complain. They've done what they need
At
to.
this point, you can't complain.
And then second in the group, America, which they look better than I thought. I thought there was only a few players here and there that would just help them, like Pulisic. I thought what's his name from Man City, the backup goalkeeper, Stefan. I thought he would stand up, but he's not even in the team. He was shocking. He was shocking for us. But yeah, they had what's his name? Yedlin, no, not Yedlin. Desk from AC Milan. He used to play for Barcelona.
Yeah.
And
what's his name?
centre mid, yeah, McKennie, yeah,
That's
from
it.
Juve. They got a few players, but for me, it wasn't even them. It was there was new there was players I haven't seen before.
That guy up from
Weah's
what's his name?
son.
Yeah, Weah's son.
Yeah.
Pulisic put a
Yeah.
ball through, and obviously he finished it. I think that was their first game.
For me, it was the
Yeah.
players in that team, the ones that are unknown. They were the ones standing up as well. The athleticism in that team, the way
They got
pressed
energy. I
forward
can't lie.
was
They
amazing.
remind me of Canada as well.
Yeah.
They got quite good energy.
Yeah, that's because them in that part of the world, the sports science there is another level. So even if they don't have the technical ability, which they did at points, the physical ability, you're gonna have the physical ability there. But third in that group was Iran, who were close behind, unlucky to not go through. They played a really good game against Wales.
You did play,
They beat
Wales.
But that game was close. It was tight, and then I remember that game. They had to. The keeper ran out. Kneed the guy in the head. Red card,
that's right.
Sent off, and then what happened? Sent off, and then they scored 2 goals last minute with 10 men. And then the last game, what was it? Wales versus England. That game
First
was horrendous.
First half, England. I was a bit on edge. I was like, Rashford particularly. Obviously, I know he scored the 2 goals. Second half, but that first half,
both of them goals were quality.
it was terrible. Second half, obviously, Rashford did what he did. Well, you scored the other one. Foden.
Yeah.
Tapping, yeah.
But that Rashford goal, both of them, they were.
Obviously, the finish, the second goal, the finish, obviously went through the keeper.
No, I don't care, bro.
But what he
That's mad.
did before that was.
The way he set
cool.
up was mad, and even that free kick, even though the keeper could have done better there, that was a solid free kick. But yeah, England look in good shape. But Wales, Bale is done. Bale's
washed.
Ramsey's done.
Ramsey's washed.
They need to rebuild.
It's not 24 in
They need to
Ramsey.
rebuild. But for Wales, it's not a bad thing not getting through. They should be happy to just be in the tournament.
Yeah.
That's an achievement in itself.
Because if I'm being real, they weren't going to get far anyway.
Yeah, but that's Group B. So England first, America second. Go through.
Expected.
So in Group C, it was Argentina, Poland, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia. So this group was very interesting. This group was
The
very
first
interesting.
game. Mad thing. Saudi Arabia.
That was crazy.
It was the Giants versus the flipping Elves, bro.
Yeah, the Giants versus the tiny little Argentinians. And I thought there was one guy who was 6'4", he was just jumping. And the thing that pissed me off that game, Argentina, they kept crossing.
Spamming people into the box.
Why are you crossing when you've got tiny guys? It makes no sense. And bro, that Saudi Arabia, they won, but it's 2-1, they won.
Yeah.
And
it's not even that both goals they scored were quality as well.
Yeah, that second goal, when he cut in and just bang.
Bang.
And that was too funny. I was seeing after the game, the I think it's the Prince or the King of Saudi Arabia, he gave man free holiday the next day.
Oh yeah, and I think I saw something as well. He bought them like Rolls Royce.
Yeah, every done I think it's a Range Rover, every done in the team or Rolls Royce. Bruv, I know what they finished bottom of the group, so I know you're not getting that.
Obviously, to be fair, like I understand that. I don't blame them any, because they're not expected.
Especially
to
that's
really
a big
do
win for your country.
For them, that's mad.
But at the end, they finished bottom of the group, so I bet you said you're not getting them Rolls Royces. We're taking that back, G. We're taking that back. But yeah, the Saudi Arabia, they did well for them, but there's no one great. And But that's who Ronaldo's gonna be playing with, them man.
Oh yeah, because he
Yeah.
signed for that team. I don't know what team, but
I don't even know them man. But yeah, he'll be playing at that level. And then also Argentina. The first game was a shock to everyone.
shocking, man.
Yeah, shock. It was scary. You know what they did? The second game they switched up play. Like they stopped playing Otamendi. And they started playing Otamendi more, but they played. They brought in Lopez.
Wait.
They brought in
You see
Martinez.
that first game where they playing
No,
Martinez?
they weren't. That's why they brought him in second game. I think they subbed him on, but they brought him in second game. And
Wait, so Alvarez, who was starting? up
Alvarez was on bench as well. It was Martinez. Martinez started because Martinez has a good record for Argentina.
Yeah.
But Alvarez came in. He came off the bench in that first game, but he didn't do anything. But when they started him, he brought more energy. Martinez was horrible this tournament. He's supposed to be their main striker.
He came on as well. The game that they recently played, who was it against? Poland, isn't it? And he had that chance, like I think it was towards the end.
Yeah.
And he
scored.
just scuffed it.
But Martinez. Oh yeah.
Obviously Alvarez, he scored a banger.
Alvarez scored a banger. And then also big up Di Maria. He played well the whole
One
time.
of the most underrated players.
Yeah.
Even though he played for Man United, cool. But he's one of the most underrated players.
Yeah, and he turns up.
Like,
he turns up.
He's been doing it for time.
Why do you think that he's the one who scored the winner in the Copa?
He's one. Have you realised Argentina? They have their dons in it, and like they switch year after year after year. He's one of the ones who's owned. Like,
all them strikers.
Him and Messi.
Name all them strikers: Aguero, Higuain, Icardi.
Palacio.
See what I mean?
They've all gone.
Yeah, and then he's still there. He's been there with Messi from I think it's 010, something like that. I think they were both at that World Cup, so it shows the quality of him. But the way they played with the second and Enzo Fernandez, the guy who played DM, he came in and he plays a shift. So it shows the difference. And they like what they do is they leave Messi up there. He doesn't run, but when he scans the whole pitch and when he gets that ball, he creates. He creates.
And you saw that against Mexico.
They go against Mexico. Yeah. Oh my God, that's why.
He was literally there just jogging.
That's why he's a goat.
Scanning the area, one touch out of his feet, bottom right corner.
Proper goal. I can't like. You know, see what I mean? It's not no CR7 claiming balls.
That's pure quality. You're not CR7 trying to get the hair of God, bro.
Because you don't like him no more because he left.
It's not even that. I don't like it just as a person. He's just jarring.
No, but it's his ambition. Either you love him or you hate him.
Obviously, I get it. You're hungry for goals and stuff like that, man. But I just don't like the way you went about it, man.
Yeah, and then also in that group they had Mexico, who they just look a shadow of their old self. Yeah. When they used to have Chicharito.
They obviously got Jimenez, but it's not the same.
Jimenez hasn't been the same since the head injury. And then who else? They had
Vela, but he's a bit washed in it. Yeah.
All them players, they're not their shadow of themselves. They did. I think they did.
Got Lozano as well.
Lozano, he was good.
Last World Cup when he spun Germany that time, he was good, but he didn't really turn up this World Cup.
The whole team, they're not as good as what they should be. I think they did the best they could with the players they've got. Yeah. But that was about it. And who else was in that group? Saudi Arabia.
Obviously Poland. As well.
Oh yeah, Poland, yeah.
They only just got through.
They qualified second.
Yeah.
The thing with that team was the way they played in that last game against Argentina, they parked the bus differently. And Lewandowski was literally, I saw him was getting the ball and he was about...
He barely had any touches of the ball.
No, but he touched the ball. Yeah. When he did touch the ball, these players are all the way away from it. He can't even get a ball. They're so far away from it.
They were even saying that on the analysis. Rio and that he was bare isolated.
Yeah, he was. But the thing is, that's the whole point. That's what I say about football, bro. There's different styles. Everyone doesn't need to play this attractive thing.
Playing pep football and that. Yeah.
What was their objective? To get out of the group. They played this style of football and it worked, and they got out of the group.
It's not even that in general. Football's just about results. If you're not getting the results,
there's different styles. There's different ways to skin a cat. It's not one way. Everyone likes. It's more entertaining to see that way.
Yeah.
But what would you rather play entertaining football and get absolutely destroyed, or play defensive football, counter attack, and go through? And so the whole objective is to win, and when you get through, you win. So. Yeah, they did well. They came second. They lost the last game, but because of what they did before, they went through.
In Group D, there was France, Australia, Tunisia, and Denmark. And in that group, obviously, France, as expected, with Mbappe, Dembele on the wing. How do you even have that on the wing? That's not even fair.
Yeah, that's just disgusting. And the thing is, all them injuries, and they're still top. They won 2 in a row, and they're already through. The last game, they just needed to rest players. They didn't even play. Obviously, they lost to Tunisia, but it wasn't serious.
For me, their biggest loss is like midfield. But they replaced Pogba and Kante with Rabiot and Dutra.
Obviously, it's still not the same level.
Yeah.
But the thing was, Pogba and Kante were getting old anyway, so you don't know if it would have been a positive or negative. But to have them players at your disposal is better than having them injured. And also, big up Konate at the back. He's a proper centre back. Remember, we went to watch that game.
He looked great that game.
Check that video. We went to watch Man City Liverpool.
He scored as well.
I don't want to talk about what happened in the first half. That we were losing 3-0.
Beautiful game. Big up Stefan as well.
Big him up. He's a dickhead, man.
Shut up, but
he's a dickhead.
Yeah, he looked
But
crazy.
you remember that header by Konate? I just see him at Wembley. He just leaps up,
bang, yeah.
He's like, you can see he's learning from Virgil. He's learning, and he's gonna probably take over for Liverpool. He's a proper centre back, man. What a catch for Liverpool. But yeah, the French team, Mbappe, he's probably player of the tournament so far.
He is.
He just, when he turns it on, do you see what he did to that player? When he was running down the wing, and he faked that guy. Do you see it?
I think you showed me. Yeah, you showed me. You sent me a video on TikTok about it. You like faked the guy and the guy just fell over.
That shows. You know, that's not even the guy. Like, if it was a different player, the guy wouldn't fall. It's because he sees, oh shit, Mbappe's about to run.
Because he knows once Mbappe's passed him, that's it. It's long.
This guy was cooking people. Certain man had to retire. Certain man had to retire.
The pace is just too lethal. Yeah, but it's not even that. Just in general, just the whole team in general.
Yeah.
What's his name got injured? I think first game.
Lucas
the brother.
Lucas
they brought on the brother, and he did as good a job.
I think he's better at left back. The other Hernandez, he's more of a centre back left back.
He just proves their depth in that.
That's what I'm saying. You're just bringing man's brother in, and he's as good. Like, that's crazy. And you've got about 6 injuries. Benzema's not there. Like,
you still got Giroud banging in goals as well.
Not there.
Yeah,
it's mad. But yeah, they look strong.
Of course, they're one of the favourites.
Top 3. And then in that group, they had Tunisia, who did well. They were another team, physical team, really physical team. They used to have remember Kazri, I don't know if he still plays for them, but they did well. They got 4 points, but they didn't get through. Yeah. Unlucky. And then Australia got through second. They have Aaron Moy. I remember he used to play for Brighton and Man City. He was a decent midfielder, but yeah, they must have grinded out because I don't know many of their players. I don't know their players apart from Aaron Moy. Aaron Moy and Matty Ryan in goal.
Brighton, yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't really know that. I didn't watch the games.
Then obviously Denmark.
Other than when they played Australia. I mean, when they played Argentina. Other than that, when Messi scored that goal. Denmark, they came last. I'm surprised.
Underperformed, should have done better.
They should have done better. I think, you know, what's his name in midfield? Thomas Delaney. Yeah. He got injured after the first game, which is a big loss.
Obviously, they got Højbjerg as well.
Højbjerg and Eriksson in the middle. Yeah. But Delaney, that middle three, that was a solid middle three. And when you miss Delaney, it's a big blow. But who else is in that team? They had Simon Chair, the captain at centre. Schmeichel, who's moved to Nice. They had a decent team.
Christensen as well.
Christensen, he scored a goal. But honestly, I'm surprised they didn't get out of the group. It was literally the last game between them and Australia, and whoever won went through.
What did they get?
And Australia lost 1-0. I mean, Australia won 1-0, so they were out. They were out in that last game. And that's the thing about the World Cup. It's 3 games.
So anyone can just have a one-off game where they beat you.
Anything happens. There's 11 men, like a ball on the pitch. You're not training with the team all year. You just come in and anything can happen.
You're playing with players that you don't.
It's got a lot to do. Yeah, but it's got a lot to do with tactics. A lot to do with tactics because and stamina as well and physicality, because you can see, especially with the Argentina and Saudi Arabia game, you can see when it's a difference. But yeah, France are like really good favourites for that for this.
100% they're up there. They're always going to be up there with that quality.
And bar the Tunisia game where they rested their team, that was a top.
Let's be real, they were just messing about that game. Because we know that they play their strongest team. They
played Mandanda in goal. They're just
9 times out of 10 they're getting the win.
They were just giving everyone a rest. It's good game, good management. When you're through, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's like what Spain did. You can't be doing that. But yeah, that's Group D over. So Group E is Japan, Spain, Costa Rica, and Germany. And This group, this was. We just watched this like, an hour ago.
Mad, yeah.
We just watched this an hour ago, and that was going like I think every team was about to go through.
Yeah, literally, it was mad. It could have gone either way, literally.
Yeah. But the first game, battering by Spain.
7-0. It wasn't even a competition.
Them two in the middle, Pedri and Gavi. Oh, they are the La Masia graduates. Oh, they're just too good. Busquets there as well to just teach them. Like Gavi's 17. Yeah. This guy's bopping the ball around like these men are they're born and brought up to play football like that way. Spain move the ball, no one moves the ball like them. Best
team who passed the ball in the competition by far.
They got the best play in the team. The way they move it forward, and they're risky as well. This is how it's similar to how Pep plays, but they're risky. But it pays out because you get opportunity after opportunity. It's just you could have a go at their finishing in the final third. Even though they scored 7 goals in the first game, as a whole, you can see when they had to bring in Morata because the lack of strikers in that country. There's only one recognised striker in that squad. That shows how like dire they need finishers. But yeah, they still got through. That last game, I think that was bad game management by Luis Enrique. You benched Jordi Alba. I know you're trying to rest players. You benched. You put on Keita Balde. You put on Williams, and you're just resting. You're trying to rest your best players, and you shouldn't be doing that. Especially Ferran Torres as well. You rested him. You shouldn't be doing that because when you're through like France, you can do that. But when you
still got one game to go,
even though you look,
and it could go either way, it's not worth the risk.
Even though you look guaranteed through, it's not worth the risk, man. Because they were close. If they lost, if Costa Rica
if Spain didn't win that first game.
Yeah.
The way they did.
No, I think if the score stayed that way and Costa Rica beat Germany, they would have been out. So you see what I mean? It was very close, and you can't be taking risks like that. Even though you think through. Look at England. They pretty much were through against Wales, but they weren't 100% all the way there.
They still played a very decent team.
He did switch out a few players,
but it was still a strong team.
All in all, I think Spain, they had a decent group stage and they look strong going into the knockouts. I know they're playing, is it Morocco?
Yeah, Morocco
in the knockout round. But yeah, and the other people in that group, the other teams, Germany, Jesus, that first game, you just get.
Obviously, I get they don't have people up from that's still no excuse. That's actually no excuse.
And Havertz, other than that last game, he was terrible.
He does it for Chelsea.
I don't even think Werner was there.
The Chelsea anyway.
Yeah, obviously he's just, but I don't even think Werner was there. Was Werner even there? I didn't see him the whole time. And it's, what's his name? Yeah.
Werner's a bomb.
Sane was coming on and off.
Yeah.
Gnabry was alright, but he didn't look like himself. What's his name? That's the one player, Muslera. He looked
baller. He's a baller. There was one where he dribbled through people and he shoot. I think he even hit the post where the keeper got a fingertip to it. Like, yeah, man, he was causing problems.
I feel sorry for him because he was the only shining light in that team, really. But yeah, the first game they lost 2-1 to Japan, which I'm thinking that's a really bad result, which it is. But partly Japan looks strong. Japan are not
defensively as well. They're
exactly
sound. Yeah.
Because you remember you were saying earlier why they're not pressing Spain, but I'll tell you that's their game plan. Sit back. Run
so cut the press out and then just
it works. It works. Yeah. It worked again. That goal, but and who else is in that group? Costa Rica. They got when you get slapped 7-0, you might as well pack your bags. You might as well pack your bags.
Yeah. First night, you might as well book that flight.
You're done. This is not fair. I don't know how they qualified. You know what's the bad thing?
You know I feel sorry for the most.
That's what I was about to say. When your best player is your goalkeeper, it's peak. But yeah, you can't expect them to get out of that group either. They were close as well.
Yeah.
They were beating Germany. They were ahead of Germany, and they were about to go through. So that showed this group was just spinning on the last couple of days, minutes of that Spain. Who is it? Spain and Costa Rica. Spain and
we forgetting
Japan. Spain and Japan.
Spain and Japan.
Yeah, that last 5 minutes, anyone could have gone through really. But yeah, the teams that went through were Spain top and then Spain second. Yeah,
Spain second.
Japan
won the group
because Japan beat
Germany and Spain.
Yeah, so wow, like
I would say they're definitely ones to watch.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're definitely ones to watch.
The Asian teams are similar to the Americas, like the Canada and America, because they are pressing teams. Same with South Korea. Their teams run. Their teams run differently. They will run all over. They have fitness for days. So Yeah, you can see that. This tournament is not about who your names are on the group sheet. It's about who turns up. And yeah, they look good as well. They look good going into groups. To top that group, no one would have expected that stuff. And to beat Germany and Spain, wow.
You deserve to win. Yeah, you deserve to go through.
Yeah. So in Group F, there's Morocco, Croatia, Belgium, and Canada. So you can start with this.
We're starting right with Belgium.
Why are you acting like I'm not?
What the hell, bro? And you're done here as well.
I'm not from Belgium.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Big up Kevin. Big up Kevin.
Oh, okay, cool. This game that he played, yeah, today with Lukaku, not his fault. That's Lukaku's finishing. But the 2 other games, he was terrible. It's not even the same. The whole team was terrible. Batshuayi couldn't finish his dinner at all. Cool, he scored 1 goal. That's because I was literally right in front of the keeper. You're in the box. Like, it's one of them ones you have to score. The whole team is a shame. I'm trying to get our De Bruyne top as well.
I can't even find.
Don't need ride or die for De Bruyne.
Listen about De Bruyne. Stop chatting on the king. Stop chatting on the king. He's done enough already for that country, but yeah, he played bad. The whole team was bad.
The whole team. It's not just him. I'm not gonna just single him.
That country.
Yeah, the whole team.
I haven't seen that from a country in a long time. That reminds me. You know, that reminds me of in 2010, the French team. They were all. I mean, Evra. There was like different factions. They were beefing. The manager was beefing. This guy, that guy was horrible. And yeah, I've just heard that Martinez he's left.
Yeah, I saw that.
Henry, I don't know what Henry was doing there. He was
just
he just come in for a couple of minutes. Just stand there. Henry, I haven't seen Henry.
You can't coach that, Lukaku. You really want to be playing up with that?
It's not even that. I don't think Henry's a good coach anyway. I think he's like, you see them strikers, sometimes they're too single-minded. They can't. If you look at the best coaches, they're not strikers. They're midfielders, they're defensive players, because you see the whole game.
Yeah.
When you're a striker, you're so single-minded. That's why he gets annoyed at his players and goes, "Why can't you do what I do?" That's what Henry's like. But yeah, the Belgium, you can tell that team's finished. The golden generation's done. You can tell they're washed. Hazard,
yeah, he's not being the player he was anyway. Like prior to this, he was never. Gonna be that player.
He's been dead for years.
Yeah.
And then his brother, he's not.
His brother's never been that. He's been alright at best.
Yeah. And he's never been to Hazard's levels. And De Bruyne.
Obviously, De Bruyne was
horrible tournament. He has to carry. He has to carry that team because no one. And you see the first game. The first half, he was horrible.
He was horrible. Yeah.
I don't know if he's tired or I don't know if it's the morale in the team, but. He was, the second half, he created a lot. I remember Batshuayi was up top, he scored a goal, but after that he was missing chance after chance after chance. De Bruyne was creating that game. But the second and third game, there's nothing to say for De Bruyne. That was horrible.
That game, Lukaku single-handedly lost in that game.
But Lukaku, I can't really blame Lukaku because he barely played this tournament. He was coming off the bench, he wasn't playing properly. Batshuayi, it was a mixture between both of them. And even them, they were arguing apparently. So
literally, everyone was getting into fights.
And if you go through that team is finished. The main players they're all gone. And I don't know what's going to happen in the next World Cup because half of that team, there'll be a few of them left. And
obviously they got Trossard, but
the one player in that team, player in that team can leave their head walking high is Courtois. He had a really good tournament. I think he saved a penalty. He was saving over.
Everything can do with that age in defence.
He's the best player. He's the best keeper in the world this season.
He is
100%. But other than that, De Bruyne had a horrible World Cup. But it happens. I don't think there was anything he could do to save that team. To be honest, all of them were. The whole team
just was rubbish.
The team was rubbish. But yeah, it's not a good World Cup for Belgium. I think they need to have a fresh start and go again. And I don't know if they're ever going to have the quality they ever had in the last 10 years. But yeah, and Croatia, they are a solid team. Everyone thought. You see what Belgium are now? That's what everyone thought Croatia would be. They would have finished. All the players are old. No. But Modric he's like wine. The older he gets, the better he gets.
What a player! I'm not going there and saying he's the best midfielder of all time, but you definitely have to put him.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Because he's won a Ballon d'Or. He's been in that Madrid team.
Even against that England. Was that the last World Cup? England. He controlled that. He bossed that game.
Controlled that game. The
had England on string.
There was no midfield battle that game. And let's not even talk about Croatia for Madrid. What has he done this year for Madrid? Remember them crosses?
The
Benzema, Rodrigo, all of them. It's just
putting it on a plate for these.
What a player! All round, like he's all round. He runs his socks off as well at that age. And yeah, he's just so. For me, he's underrated. He's still underrated. People never put him in the conversation.
He has to be up there.
But Kovacic and Brozovic in that middle.
That's all it is.
Sometimes I thought I was watching Spain, the way they were moving the ball. But yeah, they were solid, and for me, they're a really strong team. People underestimate them because it's not the big name. It's not Spain. It's not Portugal. People underestimate.
Not your France. It's not your Brazil.
When you watch them, you might as well be watching them teams because the way they play is really solid from top to bottom. It's a really solid team. And who else was in that group? Belgium, Croatia.
Was Morocco in that group? Morocco impressed me a lot, especially that game. Ziyech. I've not been the biggest fan of him, I'll be honest, when I've watched Chelsea, but in that game against Belgium, oh my god, like even with the free kick, I think they did the same tactic with the free kick, and Courtois fell for it twice, and that was all through Ziyech. Ziyech was telling the guy, I'm gonna pretend to cross with my left and disguise it, and Courtois fell for it both times.
This Moroccan team,
and they got a goal through that.
This Moroccan team's the same as Croatia, strong team. People underestimate them as well because of their name. People underestimate them. They think they're not as good as what they are. But yeah, Ziyech, he's the opposite of De Bruyne. De Bruyne's been performing week in, week out, and then he's come here and stinked it out. Ziyech's the opposite.
Horrible for Chelsea.
He's horrible, but he just turned up out of nowhere.
Yeah, like they got Hakimi as well.
Yeah, Hakimi there. They've got a lot of players there.
Yeah.
Size. They got who's in the middle? I forgot his name. They've got really good players there. If you look at that team, like that team, they got what's his name from? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Mazawaki from Bayern Munich.
I think that right back.
He's left back for them. They're a really good team. They got Bruno, I think his name is, from Sevilla, goalkeeper. He's a good player as well. So yeah, they got a proper team there, and yeah, you could see that they're a strong team as well. People don't underestimate Morocco because they're a proper team.
It's one of them ones. It's like Japan.
Yeah, and the team that came last in that group was Canada. The first game against Belgium, they lost, but they deserved the win.
Yeah, they did.
They were strong, but yeah, it's their first. I think it's their first World Cup in a long time. Like, even to get to that stage, I saw lots of people hating on Alphonso Davies, like just because he missed a penalty. Like
that's why he scored in one game anyway.
Like I saw an article was about like Canadian news. They're going at him saying he's not carrying the thing, or he shouldn't be doing this and that. Like, you are lucky to have a player like Alphonso Davies. He's not even. He doesn't even play there for his country. He's playing on the wing. Sometimes he's playing as a 10.
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah, he was.
But like the person who didn't show up in that World Cup, I didn't see Jonathan David at all.
I'll be honest, yeah. At times, obviously, I saw him that first game, but he was like more shifted out to the left wing.
Yeah.
He wasn't really central, and he wasn't really involved with the play either.
And they did well, I think, for what the country they are and what they've done. I think they did well. And Alphonso Davies, he did score a goal. I think he should leave the tournament proud.
I think they done all they could with that team.
And if you saw the way they played, especially against Belgium, they peppered Belgium.
Energy levels are high as well.
Yeah, so he should be proud leaving that. But yeah, Morocco and Croatia go through that group, and we'll get on to the next one. So these last two groups, we're filming this on a Thursday, so the two last games are tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we won't know who will be through, but we know for sure in Group G, Brazil are through. And let's talk about first game. What a performance! Like, all round, the finishing could have been better, but solid from back to front. Thiago Silva,
what a player! Even there was even a ball where he put Vinny through. I was thinking, who is this guy, bro? 30, what is he, 39, 38? He's 38.
Something crazy like that. You know, he runs, I've seen some stat, apparently there's a stat, he runs more, like, because he plays in the back three for Chelsea, he covers, and in the Premier League, he covers more distance than the other Brazilian centre-backs, and he's 38. And people say, oh, he needs to rest and this and that.
He's mad. He's
mad,
definitely up there. Top five best centre backs in the world. 100%. He's definitely in that conversation. Still.
That's what I'm saying. And
yeah.
And even for Chelsea, he's the only one in that defence when their defence is breaking down. He's the only one that stood up. And what's it called? He's just like you wouldn't think he's 38.
Can do everything. Winning the air, ball playing.
There's lots of players like that nowadays. They're in their late 30s, but they're performing like one of the best players in the world. Look at Modric, look at Benzema, look at even Lewandowski. Like,
that's what I mean. When you're a quality player, you might lose your pace, but the technique.
Yeah, you can't lose.
You're not gonna lose that.
And also, I don't think this would happen. There's a few players that played into their now up to their 40s, but you can see like nowadays players are playing later and later. Yeah. Like, you can see they're going on. The players are touching 40 now, and they're still playing. So you can't fight biology, but it shows the sports science has improved and how they've got to that level where you've got 38-year-olds playing at top level. Even Pepe.
Even Pepe, yeah, that's another one.
Ronaldo, he declined, but yeah. So Brazil and the first game, that Richarlison goal.
When I tell you the way I screamed, I did not expect that from him of all players. Don't get me wrong, good player. The Spurs scored a couple goals in the Champions League for them, but that touch and then just the way he set and then the finish.
And people were hating on him, you know. People saying,
and even the first goal as well. Yeah. The pure number 9 finish. He was there at the right time. Reacted quicker than the defenders. Got the toe poke on it, and obviously it went into the net.
Yeah. So and then people were complaining at the start of the tournament. Why is Roberto Firmino not in the thing? Why is Roberto Firmino? They need a proper striker. Roberto Firmino is a false 9. He's not a real. Yeah. Like, he can play up front, but he's not a prolific goal scorer.
It's the same with Jesus.
Same with Jesus. Jesus is, I think he's a bit more of a striker, but same way, yeah, they're similar. Yeah. And Neymar's occupied by in that space, that 10, where he's got free room and he's going to create and score. So it's not needed. And even that's what I'm saying. When you see Neymar's being injured, Jesus, he can play that position. He can play that
because they got so much depth in those attacking roles.
Exactly. The whole team, even the middle, they've got depth. Casemiro.
My blood clot DM. You see that goal against what was it?
He did deflect. I can't remember.
Switzerland. The deflect of a candy, but I don't care. Still a strike. Yeah. Even before that, the 1-2. I don't know who he played the 1-2 with, but what a finish. It's not even that. In the Serbia game, he was crazy as well. Yeah. Putting in tackles and just being that destroyer in the middle.
But Neymar as well, he got injured in that Serbia game. He did not have a good game. That was a stinky game from Neymar. But yeah, he should be back. He should be back for the knockouts. Apparently he's going to miss 2 games. He should be back for the knockouts. And yeah, they're already through, so they can play a backup team tomorrow. But they're through already. We know that they're probably the favourites to win.
Yeah, they are.
Especially when Neymar comes back. I don't know how bad his ankle injury is, but yeah, especially when he comes back. Even if he doesn't come back, that team
still got the team.
Still looks strong.
Even without him.
I haven't seen Martinelli even touch a pitch down.
No, he did one game, I think.
They barely touched it.
He only got a couple minutes. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That shows how strong the squad is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But yeah, Brazil look really strong, and they played well. They played their 2 games, 1-2, and strong defense as well. They haven't conceded. Yeah, so it shows like you have to have balance, both attack and defense. But yeah, in that group as well, we've got Cameroon, Serbia, and Switzerland. So Switzerland versus Serbia tomorrow.
That is a mad game as well.
Because of all the Albanian team, Switzerland team. That's
beef. That's going to be mad turkey, bro.
And Xhaka, and he's a captain.
And Xhaka, you know how he is. Sometimes he's a hothead and stuff. But obviously, when he's playing,
you see what he said to Jesus.
What did he say?
He said in that game, he said, if I see, when I'm playing against Jesus, I'll kick him and I'll make sure it's hard. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a loose cannon.
You need that in your team.
At the same time, when he's actually on it, he's a baller.
Yeah. But you need that in your team. You need a captain. You need a captain type like that.
Yeah.
You need players that are strong-minded as well. But yeah, we don't know who's through. But from my prediction, I believe.
Predicting to go through.
I believe through that game, Serbia, Switzerland. So Cameroon have to play Brazil, which I don't see them.
I don't see that.
Even if they rest their players, I don't see them getting out. But it can still go through. But for me, I think I think because Serbia, even though they're physical, you could see in the Brazil game, the
Yeah.
way they were kicking Neymar, they were all over Neymar, kicking him. Even though
in that first game, he got at that point.
he got
fouled the most out of any player.
But he was playing bad at the same time.
Yeah, he was playing horrible.
But still, yeah, if Neymar comes out, he should be a plus to the team. But Serbia, they were kicking him and stuff, but they were just sitting back. It was just purely sitting back, and it wasn't effective. They were getting cut open. So I see Switzerland being.
Yeah, obviously they got a couple key players.
Shaqiri's on the bench. They got
Embolo.
Yeah, they've got Kanji. Is it Kanji?
Kanji, yeah. They got that Rodriguez guy left back.
He's been there for years. And
Yeah.
So I think Switzerland will go through, but we'll see. And then in Group H, there's Portugal, Ghana, South Korea, and Uruguay. So Portugal already through. Simple.
Wait, what happened with Portugal in that first game?
They won 2.
They won 3-2, and who was it against?
2.
That's
3-2 against Ghana. Yeah.
That game was crazy, especially at the very end as well. The keeper could have fucked up for them. Obviously, he didn't see that Naki Williams was behind him. Naki Williams, luckily he slipped. He couldn't get in for Ghana, but they just scraped that game.
Yeah, but Portugal as a whole, they've been, the attackers have been good. It's just one bro up front. He's doing his job. If he stands there, they'll create for him. But the Man City players in that team, they haven't been playing well, I'll be real.
Yeah.
Most Man City players in this tournament haven't been playing that well. Cancelo's been off it. But not Ruben Dias.
Bruno's been on it. I'm not really.
He's been the best player.
I'm not really the biggest fan of him, but like,
give him his credit, man.
I have to give him his credit. He's been on it
too much. Yeah, way too much.
He's been on it. Like, obviously, I get that he loses the ball and stuff. He tries things.
That's what you need players
and things like that. But yeah, right now, I'll be honest. He's carrying Portugal, man.
Yeah,
he's carried Portugal
both games
to the knockout round so far, man.
And what are you saying about your boy? He's not even your boy no more. CR7 claiming goals because it's scraped.
Yeah, shameless.
You know he's gonna do that. You know he's gonna do
fucking stuck by the. He'll do anything to get his record up.
Calm down. He's gone now.
And get his
thing up. The nightmare is over.
He's fucked off to Saudi Arabia. Go and get your bag. Go and stink it out. You get me? I don't respect Ten Hag. You're not welcome here.
He's traumatized.
Shine on the Piers Morgan and every pagan.
Yeah, Portugal as a whole, they look strong as well. They look like they could go far. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it. I'll be real.
Yeah, they're one of the favourites, of course.
But if they do win it, that Messi-Ronaldo convo gets a bit techie.
Yeah.
Does get a bit techie. And yeah, same with Messi. They're probably the last tournament for both of them.
This is, yeah.
And if they all win their games, I think they play each other in the final. So
imagine if we got Portugal and Argentina final.
That would be the tensest thing ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And imagine if Messi and Ronaldo were to score on that day.
Yeah.
And they were both to score 2. Then it would just come down to 1 goal. I don't know if they go extra time or penalties, but
yeah,
that would be crazy.
That's like Disney movies.
Yeah, that's literally. Yeah.
Just even to have them in the final together would be mad. And then the last 2 teams in that group, the South Korea in that group is Son. I haven't seen him too.
I saw him one game. Like, he was trying to make things happen, but he was just like. He was playing at more of the number. When I saw him, he was playing at more number 10.
And he's just come back from injury as well.
Like,
so, yeah,
obviously, he wasn't really having an effect when I did see him.
But as a whole, they're playing well.
They're
playing well. So yeah, they have a chance of going through tomorrow. And then the big game, Ghana versus Uruguay. Ghana have looked really good. I did not expect that from them because especially in the AFCON, they weren't good. They lost to what's his name, Comoros. I've never heard of them, but they lost to them. They got knocked. Was it the group? I think they got knocked out of the group stage.
I think so. They definitely lost to Comoros.
And they lost to Comoros. They did not look good. They beat Nigeria to get here, which is their rivals, and now they're performing. Because what they've done is they've brought in lots of players from who are
other nations,
descendants from things like Lamptey and Naki Williams.
Yeah.
I think they got another one. but I can't remember. But yeah, they brought in a lot of players, and I think they're going to bring in more in the future, like Nketiah and what's the other player? Is it what?
No, I won't be Nigerian.
There's another guy.
Hudson and Doyle.
Yeah, that's it. Hudson and Doyle. Yeah, so they look dangerous going in the future. They've got a young player, and Kudos. He's looked.
Oh yeah, he's looked good. Yeah,
he's an Ajax player.
He scored two.
Really good.
Where who did they recently play in? That's where they got the win as well.
Win against who's in that group? Portugal, South Korea.
Yeah, that's it. South Korea. He scored 2 against them. Yeah.
And then there's Uruguay. You've had Nunes. They've had Nunes, Suarez, and Cavani up top. They've had to shuffle between them. Valverde has been amazing. He has been in amazing form this season, and he has carried them through this tournament. So, like, he's tackling. He's very solid player. But yeah, they've had to switch through the strikers. None of the strikers have really turned up.
Yeah, I mean they've just looked. It's one of them ones they've looked.
Suarez, you can see Suarez and Cavani are over the line.
Yeah, they've declined now.
And then they're passing it on to Nunes.
Yeah.
But as a whole, that game, remember what happened in 2010?
Suarez handballs it.
Yeah, handballs it against Ghana, and then tomorrow they're playing Ghana. And I don't know, they need revenge. Ghana need revenge because even though he did handball it, they missed the penalty. Gian.
Asamoah Gyan, yeah.
He missed that penalty. So I'm supporting Ghana. So hopefully they get through that because you can't let Chewy Suarez.
You can't let some cannibal, bro.
Yeah, just chewing up, man. Chewing up, man. You see what he said? He said what he said?
He just like donkey from track, bro.
With his teeth, just biting up cheerleading, biting up Ivanovic. Madman.
I'll be real, yeah. He's some clubs, bro.
And he's racist as well. And he's racist. Let me go on that Everest stuff.
He's some clubs, bro. But as a footballer, when he was in his prime, it was crazy.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can't mix players.
But as a person, he's a fucking prick.
What I've seen so far, he's a dickhead. But you can't mix a player's like personality with their footballing ability. Lots of people do this. They say, oh, because he's a good player. Like, I see them do it a lot with Saka. Saka's a really nice person. You being a really nice person does not make you better at football. You can be a dickhead and be one of the best players in the world. You can't mix the two. But yeah, Uruguay, they look strong. And yeah, God, that's going to be a tough game because you can't let that brother get.
It's not, especially the history just behind it.
Yeah.
You know it's going to go off.
We'll see what happens tomorrow because if you let him through again, Jesus Christ. But who else is in that group? Yeah, South Korea go through. But yeah, Portugal already through. They look strong. And yeah, that's
I just don't see Cameroon going through, if I'm honest.
You mean Ghana? Or you mean Cameroon through the other group?
It's our...
That's the other group, they're in the other group.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they're in the other group.
Wait,
South Korea.
Yeah, I don't see Korea going through, if I'm honest. It's out of
Uruguay. Portugal, I think.
And Ghana for that second spot.
And that's going to be a tense game. I can't wait to watch that. So, in the knockout round, the round of 16, I know that England play Senegal on Sunday. That's it. Like, you can't sleep on them. England should go through.
England should be
If they don't go through, the way their fans are, it will be an absolute
chaos. That will be mad.
Make people go mental because they have the highest expectations for this England team, but as they should because the players are really good. But yeah, they'll go mental. But yeah, they should get through that. I think if they win that, they play France, so that'll be a tough game.
If England get through France, then yeah, they probably could actually go on
that's the team
and win.
People need to shut up about England can't be a big team and no. Because if they do that, then it shuts so many people's mouths. But yeah, they're here to win it. Same with France. But yeah, for me, looking at the whole tournament, if I had to pick, it would still be Brazil. I said Brazil.
It would still, it would have to be Brazil.
It had to be Brazil because they look strong in depth, and it's also not only in depth. The way they're winning, it's not only in depth. Like you can have good depth, but you can play shit.
But the way they're winning is just pure quality.
Because they're fluid going forward, creating so many chances, scoring. They have so many options, scares defenders. Also, they're solid at the back and they're playing really well. Alisson's been.
It's not even just solid at the back; they've got that experience as well.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva just leading that back.
And Alisson's been really good. Yeah. But yeah, for us, I think Brazil's going to win it. Anyone else? Do you think?
No,
maybe
Brazil.
Kylian might have to.
Obviously, France are second favourites, but for me, Brazil are the favourites.
So it's not coming home.
It's not coming home, boys.
It's not fucking coming home, mate.
Not fucking coming home, mate. We'll go down to the pub.
It's coming home.
We'll go down to the pub.
Let's go to the fucking pub, mate.
And get smashed.
Just get the fucking lager in. Get the fucking cans.
Have a fucking Guinness.
Sheila, can you get the fucking cans in? It's coming home. But no, if it comes home, Jesus. If it doesn't come home, it's mash. If it comes home, it's mash.
Imagine if it comes home. What we're gonna be seeing is man with a belly.
I'm gonna have to walk
and
up.
hella beer, bro.
I'm gonna have to walk up my yard with an umbrella on my head, so I don't get splashed with it. But yeah, but hopefully, even though I'm not a big supporter, I'll be real. I don't support England that too much. I support them, but I just don't feel affinity to them.
If I'm honest, who I actually want to win, obviously, cool. They're not like they're one of the favourites, but they're not like the biggest favourites. I want to either see just Neymar or Messi.
I don't
just win it.
I think Messi needs that, man. Messi,
if I'm honest,
Neymar can have another tournament. This is Messi's last probably, and even if he comes in when he's 39, if he comes to the next one, he won't be at half the
So I want to just
see the decline already.
See Messi win it.
I think Messi
just end up fucking the
especially because Maradona.
Literally.
Yeah. And if he wins it, it ends the debate. If Ronaldo wins it, it opens it up. But yeah, because Messi, I don't care. Messi's a goat. If you think otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about.
Literally, he's the best footballer I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah. But I don't know about. He's the goat of this generation. I don't know about all time. He has to cement that to me all time. But he was because the debate's gonna still be open. You can't argue with Maradona. But yeah, that's a roundup for the group stages and a little prediction there. So yeah, we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah, man. So it's been your boy Archerzy.
Man, like Jay.
Get me, and we'll be back with more content, man.
Peace.
But out.